Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad. This is episode 146 on August 21st, 2019. I am Clyde, and today I am joined by Matthew Ross.
Hey, guys.
And Jimmy Trammell.
Hello, everybody.
How are you guys doing?
School is starting soon, which means I am now in permanent panic mode for the next 2.5 weeks.
I am not. While I am happy that my kids will have something to do during the day, it means I have missed another summer. I have gotten absolutely nothing accomplished. I have done absolutely nothing. And I'm just finally getting the yard here straightened out and all the leaves.
Wow.
The previous owner left me all of last year's leaves.
Oh.
Because I got the place when there was still snow on the ground. So, yeah.
I'm sorry to
looking
hear
forward to that.
Well, summer is not... Is it over yet? It's going to be over soon, but technically...
When kids go back to school, that's the end of summer.
I thought Labor Day was.
That's when the kids go back to school here, day after Labor Day.
Yeah. So it's coming up to be the end of summer, but you still have a little bit of time if you want to do something. Go out and do something fun.
I've got maintenance this weekend for work.
I mean, from the looks of it, you look like you went out and had a lot of fun somewhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, sitting in a stadium full of angry, quiet people because the White Sox were stomping the hometown Twins. That was great. It was a great day. It was a really great day.
Worth the burn?
I'll be fine. But like I said, the only reason I have this is because I have done so little this summer. I haven't had a chance to get any color.
Okay.
I basically looked like this jersey. Get the winter pasty that normally is knocked out by Memorial Day, but
right.
So, yeah, where I live, it's funny. It's almost the inverse of that. We actually get kind of pale during the summertime, and in the wintertime we get sun.
Well, that's because it's because you guys have to hide inside so you don't die during the summer.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So.
But I think my arms.
Yeah, if you could see you we're wearing some sunglasses or something, and it's clear that you got a pretty good burn there. I hope you feel better.
I think I might shave completely so that
Hey, don't do it, man.
Hey, but the question
take out the eyebrows.
The question I have, Clyde, did you have a Cracker Jack at the stadium, or what did you have?
So we were in what they call the Budweiser roof deck. So we were up on the roof area where you can mosey around, and they had a buffet. So there was hot dogs and brats and
excellent
popcorn and sodas and stuff. So yeah, I had a few hot dogs, some pasta salad. I had actual salad.
You used brown mustard on the brat,
well,
right?
They didn't have brown mustard. All they had was the regular French's. But
in a pinch, that's okay.
I will say this is the first time I've ever eaten a salad at a ball game. Really? I didn't entirely dislike it, but it felt weird.
I would imagine so, man.
So.
I mean, I enjoy a salad, but when I go watch a baseball game, man,
that's not what you're supposed
either
to.
Either a hot dog or a bratwurst, would be.
Yeah, I had a couple of hot dogs and I had salad.
It's funny, it's funny that Americans, we call it brats, right? Which bratwurst, right? When you translate that from German, right? That's bread and the Weiner, right? So it's Wurz is the sausage, right? Brat is just the bread. That's German word for bread.
So we're saying I'm having some bread. I'm gonna have some bread.
Right. Exactly.
So, Bad Weave, are you saying that I'm wrong because I've never had salad at a baseball game before?
So
Speaking of German food translations, that's one reason I've always loved pumpernickel, because pumpernickel loosely translates to devil fart. And I've always thought that was hilarious. And also, pumpernickel bread is great. So,
absolutely.
yeah, devil fart.
a lot of the different stadiums have something weird that they do, and I don't know if this is what happens at a lot of other ones, but Seattle's been doing for a long time the garlic fries. Have you ever had those?
I've had garlic fries at
Garlic
places,
fries.
yeah.
I don't think so.
It's French fries covered in garlic, and by covered I mean there's more garlic than there is French fries.
Well,
that's
that's the correct way to do garlic anything. Like garlic bread should be 90% garlic.
Yeah. Sounds like an exorcism to me, but I don't know.
See, that's why vampires did that solve the vampire problem at that stadium?
Well, yeah, they don't come to our stadium. They'll play somewhere out on the peninsula. So that's fine.
Well, at least not the day games, anyway.
Yeah. They all remember. According to some sources, they're all out in forks, so that's all fine.
All righty. Well, speaking of vampires,
oh boy, we're getting good show titles already.
What do we have? What do we have to talk about today?
So we're going to start with a story about Pandora. Pandora is that service that provides you with the amazing music service that literally tries to figure out the kind of music you like listening to using the Music Genome Project and provide you with more of the same style of music. And it has been doing that thing for a little while. It's come out recently with Pandora 1, where you can pick whatever song you want. And now they're starting to pick up the ability for you, if you want, to go ahead and upload your podcast to their stream. So they are literally becoming a podcast streaming service, like many of the others have done it recently. Spotify and, of course, Apple's been doing it forever. So,
While I believe that everyone should be able to get their favorite podcast on any platform that's most convenient for them,
sure,
I have to wonder, in typical Pandora style, will they say, "Oh, okay, you want to listen to Chord Killers? Here's the VOD Squad. Here's something else."
Well, I think Spotify was trying to do that before. They were trying to make a
that
smart.
was the thing I criticized them about. I was like,
Exactly.
that is a Pandora thing, and that is not why we like Spotify. But I'm afraid of Pandora. If you say, "Hey, I want to," one of my favorite podcasts is the Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal podcast or whatever, and then they'll be like, "Okay," and then give me something completely different.
Right.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe, but again, Pandora, maybe they know how to do it right. Who knows?
But I mean, this is good news for avid Pandora users that are also podcast aficionados. Now you can get it all in one app. Awesome.
Yeah, and it's also this new thing, podcasts. It's just it's the year of the podcast. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, I think it's going to take off one of these days.
It
It's going
might
to
take
catch
off.
on.
Might be really popular. You never know.
So like that other thing that may, what did they call it? The cutting of cables.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's shearing. It's shearing of cables. It's cable shearing.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have liked Plex and you want to be able to use it on a computer desktop, You probably have been using one of their older apps to do this, and like they've had an app that's been in the Microsoft App Store, and they've had one that's been a kind of a download and installed app for a while, and they also had one that you could use to provide you with your multimedia experience for your home multimedia experience. Well, they've decided to combine all that into a single new app you can download today. The Plex's new download app does make it a little more streamlined. It's a little bit more unified design, so it's a little bit more like the new web interface. You can now allows you to stream offline. You can go ahead and use it to cache files. So if you are using your laptop on the go, you can get your movies still without having to stream over the internet. It's a big update, which allows a lot of. I have not tried it yet, but I'm curious how people think about this if they're Plex users.
Yeah. I I'm interested to see what this looks like. I've used Plex in the past. As I move to the cloud, it's become less and less useful to me. The thing that I can see some pushback, they've already removed the Windows app from the Microsoft Store. They're gonna stop updating the Plex Media Player, which is what most people were using for their home theater PCs.
Right.
And by doing that, they're basically phasing out all support for home theater PC setups. And I think that is where they're going to get some angry people.
It's possible, but some of those features did get moved over to the app. Apparently, not everything, but also almost every single streaming device has a Plex app. So,
yeah, but there are people that
right,
they built a machine dedicated to hosting that. They're gonna want to use it. They're not gonna want to trust a Chromecast or something that has like a fraction of the horsepower.
sure.
Especially if you've got really big
8K movies.
well, there's that, and also big libraries. Because I know when I tried the Roku and the Android TV app previously, even on my moderate sized library, it would chug when trying to load menus and populate the lists. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm interested. I'll have to download this and give it a try.
Indeed.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about Plex, I mean, a few years ago, yeah, I mean, it was great. Something like that would be a great manager to have. But now, as we're, speeding toward not having this old, media type movies, the VHS or the DVDs, to rip into a media manager like Plex, and everything's going online now, and we're paying subscriptions and all now. I gotta say, Plex is starting to have less and less appeal, at least from the way I view it. I don't know, maybe, I mean, but to your point, Clyde, I mean, if you've got a big library already, yeah, Plex is a great solution for that, right? But as everything kind of goes up into the cloud and all, then it becomes, if they were to do, and don't they offer a cloud service with
Not
Plex?
anymore.
No, they
not
did that
anymore.
for a while. They killed that. Was it earlier this year?
Bad.
I think.
Too bad. It's because, see, I think that would be the way to go for them.
Yeah, I think
right?
people were using it for not legitimate means, and they said, "Yeah, we're not going down this."
So
yeah, maybe they did that to avoid lawsuits, right? I guess, right?
that's probably more likely, is that they were probably, some people were going up to them saying, you probably are letting people really do things they're not supposed to do using cloud services. And I'm certain the Microsofts and the Googles said, I don't think we want to be part of this.
Oh, and that reminds me, they were battling cloud hosting issues. Was the main driving force, where they were having a lot of outages because different things. But
Funny, because I never had a problem with it.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the
It's funny.
official. That was the official story.
Right.
But-
So
Yeah.
it's funny because I actually just got some more DVDs in and just ripped them and put them on my Plex server last night. So it seems like I'm using it more and more. And
But granted, there'll be guys like you, Matt, that'll keep on doing it. But when you talk about the masses,
yeah, I agree.
I
It's
think
Well,
it-
I
kind
mean,
of
also, when you talk about the masses, a very small percentage of the masses is using Plex, let alone have it's even smaller when you look at the
HTTP.
people that have a dedicated HTTPC.
yeah, yeah,
HTPC is a relic of the mid 2000s, early to mid 2000s when we didn't have streaming.
Right.
So
yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's a good media manager, but I don't know. In the way that things are getting served up to us now, especially like with these new services that are coming down the pipe. I don't know.
I agree. The only problem is I've had plenty of times where like I've got the DVD and I could dig it out, or we can just stream it. Okay, let's just stream it. Okay, well, let's start streaming. Wait a second. Darn it. They stopped streaming that because apparently their contract ran out. Now to where do we get it? Oh, it's not available for free streaming on it anymore. I have services. Crap. Go find the DVD. Okay, just ignore all that. Already have it on DVD ready to go. That's how I play now. So very happy with it.
Yeah.
rock on, yeah. And so we'll have to get a in-depth review from you because I know you're going to be the one that's most apt to use this out of the group.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
So Disney Plus says announced previously that they're coming out, and I think they gave us prices. I think they're really they were amazing, like $6.99 prices for just the service, and for a little bit more when you bundle them all together. But they've made announcements for what platforms they should be available on at launch. Looks like so far it's going to be available on Apple TV, Android, and Xbox One right out of the gate. So that's a really nice start for everybody. It's also going to be on Chromecast, and looks like I'll work directly on iOS as well. So
yep, they had already announced Roku and PlayStation 4, so this is in addition to that. But you notice that there's one
Something
thing missing.
Something's missing. Why does Disney hate Amazon?
Yeah, so if you are
That's
an
an interesting
Amazon user, you are out of luck.
Ooh, I wonder why that is. I mean, it's not any harder. It's a checkbox from the Android TV side. Why would they say no to that?
I don't know. Obviously,
Conspiracy theory time. One of those people, and I would put money on Google here, paid Disney to say, okay, we'll make it exclusive on Android TV for like 6 months or something before you bring it on Fire TV. We won't say a word, but
want to get even bigger tinfoil hat. Google and Apple teamed up together to do that, which
because
would be even crazier.
I can see that.
Well, here's another thought, right? Is that could it be that because I know on Amazon, I haven't used it, but I think Clyde, you have used this. Mm-hmm. How you can subscribe to various channels out there, right, through Amazon. I wonder if rather than being an app, could it be a channel on Amazon Prime that somebody could subscribe to?
Maybe, but if it was available that way, they would be announcing it.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is basically just saying you'll be able to get it on all these platforms.
Right.
But
but then, I mean, we still got time. I mean, it could happen between now and November that they just make it a channel rather than an app. Right.
But the history of disputes between Amazon and other companies makes me think that there's something going on behind the scenes, and this is an intentional snub.
Could be.
And wide.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'm sure Michael's not going to be happy there.
He's got other ways of watching it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He'll be fine. That's okay. He can watch Disney Plus. Not Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus. I'm sorry, there are too many different Plus things out there. What's it? You got Google Plus is gone, but you got Apple TV Plus. You've got Disney Plus. You have too
That
many.
now I understand why
Plus
Google
Go
Plus is
Max.
gone. Because Google Plus was so big that they had to get rid of it to make room for Disney Plus and Apple Plus because there just wasn't enough room on the internet.
Oh man, that's horrible.
Two
Rather
pluses
have
they
Google
equal
Plus.
one plus, right?
Two
Oh, and we
pluses are
talked
just
about the One Plus last week.
that's right, and two plus is just incrementing pluses, incrementing, right? That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Now
it's
you're
just
getting
plus
into
plus.
math, and I'm completely lost.
Yeah, it's okay. Programming logic. All right. Well, anyways, Apple TV is. We got some rumors that it's supposed to be coming in November officially. Officially, it's going to be great, and it's going to be launching for $9.99, which is interesting because really,
Wait.
if you ask me, the competition for Apple TV's their family-friendly service is Disney Plus, which is going to come in at $6.99. So
But okay, so it's launching around the same time as Disney Plus, and it costs $3 more.
right.
I have to wonder why they fell on that number, and would Apple loyalists
Yeah.
look at them and think, oh, if the price is lower, if they would be offended because it was affordable.
So this is the question for me. This is how my brain is thinking about this. This is a test on Apple loyalty. Because, Jimmy, would you call yourself an Apple fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
We definitely would.
I believe, Jimmy, you would probably look at Apple TV Plus service and just base it on its merits, not on the fact that it's made by Apple, right?
Correct.
Cool. So I think you're sane. The question is, how many insane Apple fans are there? And I think if we find out by some
You're
weird
talking
thing,
specifically about the sheeple.
yeah, exactly. The people
Yeah.
the notch.
There's definitely that group out there, right? That will buy whatever Apple throws out there, right?
Exactly.
But I mean this here, I mean the $3, the difference in the price, I mean that's very negligible, right?
Okay.
I mean, and I'll be honest with the Apple TV Plus, I'm definitely going to try it.
Sure.
The bigger question is, will I stay
Exactly.
a subscriber or not?
I completely agree with that. But here's the thing: when the first month or a quarter of figures come out, if by some odd reason there are more subscribers on Apple TV Plus than there are on Disney Plus, I'm officially calling it the cult of Apple. Now, I wouldn't call it a cult before, but that's what I would call it. Now, maybe there's a lot of people who tried it. And if, maybe they didn't like it, or maybe it dies down the next time after that. But if it's still more than Disney Plus, the next quarter after that, the cult is real.
Yeah.
The problem.
Maybe, but I think Disney Plus is going to blow the pants off.
Absolutely.
I think so too.
But I wonder if the price is higher just because they want to keep up appearances. Because if they don't want to be viewed as the budget service.
Right.
Maybe, but I mean,
Apple products typically are more expensive than their counter competition. And people buy it because of the perceived quality or loyalty or whatever. But yes, they have an image. They have this premier image, and that's my thought is that if they go down to Disney's number or less, then they might be perceived as slumming it by the
well, I mean, you're only talking about $3, man.
But you say only $3, but that's like $30-something a year, and if you're but you laugh, but you're thinking of it from your finances, based on your finances.
Sure.
There are people that additional $3 that's huge, and that could make the difference of
Absolutely.
whether or not I'm going to subscribe to it.
But
Yeah,
yet those same people probably pay, $700 for a smartphone, right?
They probably pay way more than that because they're forced to finance it through
And they
their
pay, they
through
probably
their
pay
you know
30, they probably pay $30 or $40 a month for their smartphone, right?
exactly. And but that's my point is, if they're already doing that, and their finances are, not
Yeah, I mean,
robust.
I get what you're
And
saying.
I'm
Three
not saying that's
dollars,
everybody. I'm not saying that $3 a month is a big deal for everybody, but there are
right?
people that it
Yeah,
could be.
but I mean, you got to look at it, right? You got to look at not just the price; it's got to be the content, right? I mean, Disney Plus has great content. I mean, who's not going to subscribe to that? I think everybody is, right?
pretty much.
It's just like Netflix, right? Everybody pretty much subscribes to Netflix. I think Disney Plus is going to be that secondary slot that everybody's going to subscribe to. And Apple, along with everybody else, is going to be fighting for that third slot because I think most people, most cord cutters, right? Not cable people who also have Netflix, right? Most cord cutters usually pick three services. I myself, right now, have three services. I have Netflix, I have Hulu, and I have Amazon Prime, right?
Hmm.
And at times of the year, I might also have HBO or I might have Showtime, depending on but I don't have those year round. But those three I have year round. So Netflix I almost get for free because I'm a T-Mobile subscriber, right? So I've got room for another one out there. But which one is it going to be the year-round subscription that I have, right?
Hmm.
Will it be for what I would say right now? Probably that's going to be Disney Plus, the way I see it right now.
Right.
Apple TV, I think, is going to be similar to what I do with HBO and Showtime. I'll subscribe to watch the couple of shows I like off that service, and then once I'm caught up on that, I'll unsubscribe and wait until the next season comes out, or some new show that I might like off that service. That's what I think is going to happen. But
Sure.
the one thing I'll say on the Apple TV Plus, the shows and the trailers that I'm seeing out there now, they're looking really good. I mean, they're going to be a competitor, but maybe not to Disney Plus because I agree it's a little slightly different content than say maybe Netflix. But I think they are going to be a competitor to Netflix in terms of quality, and certainly not quantity,
Hmm.
right? But in terms of quality, I think they're going to be a competitor,
Yeah,
right?
and I'll speak to the fact that that price that price difference make a huge difference for me. Because when something's around $5 a month, that's in the area where it's like, okay, I don't even think about it. Like
Hmm.
Funimation now is basically
Hmm.
$6 a month, and that's an automatic, yeah, whatever. I subscribe to it. Uh, if when we get around $10 a month, that's when I start actually looking at, do I want this? Because I
Hmm.
wasn't, when we weren't sure what the price of Disney Plus was going to be, I was very on the fence of, I don't know if I'm interested in this. We're thinking
Right.
like
Hmm.
$10, $15. Probably not. But
Yeah,
now that we know it's basically $7,
yeah.
I'm probably going to subscribe to it.
At least
Oh
try it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Me
I'll at
too.
least
At
try
least.
it.
Oh, I'm
Apple
definitely going to
thing at
try.
$9 or $10, I'm not
Right.
interested.
Yeah, I mean, and so the Apple TV with me, I'm definitely going to try it. I'm definitely going to watch. I mean, there's a couple of shows. The one about the space race where the Russians actually win the space race. I'm definitely going to. I'm all in on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I really want to watch that one.
Very cool.
But and then a couple of other shows in there look interesting. I don't know if it will, like I say. I'm very skeptical if I'm going to keep it year round or not, right? Maybe if they bundle it with some of their other services, I might could be enticed to keep it year round, right? But but just that by itself, mm, I'm sure I'm going to subscribe for a couple of shows, but if I go beyond that, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see.
Well, we'll see. Well, Clyde, if you had an iPhone, your $5 would disappear out of your pocket every month because you'd be buying Apple's Games subscription service, which is reportedly going to be $5 a month. This is the service that they announced will be coming to iOS devices and iPhones, which will be giving you access, kind of like a Netflix for games, where they're going to be giving you access to about 100 different games available on the services. These look like they're going to be the iPhone style games, but there are some pretty awesome looking iPhone games out there, so that's kind of fair. And it should be stuff that works both on your iOS devices and your Apple TVs. So, but now that we have a price for that, if you were an iPhone subscriber, would you consider it for 100 different games?
Potentially. And this actually goes back to my thing before, is saying, this is actually surprising because for the same reason that I believe that they put I guess this is technically $5 more a month than Stadia.
Yeah, Stadia's
okay, never mind.
But you don't get 100 free games to play of your choice.
I don't know. The price is suspicious to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why they came to 5, and if it's gonna, I don't believe it's gonna stay there. But definitely, if you're trying to get people in with a low price.
Well, this is the rumored price. Who knows? If it comes out, it might come out and be $10 a month.
This was leaked, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm definitely not a gamer, so I probably won't be subscribing to this. Right, so.
Oh, I definitely won't be subscribing to this.
You don't have any iOS devices?
I don't have any iOS devices.
Well, one thing I will add, from what I understand too, the next version of the Mac OS have those Marzipan apps, so I think some of those games will actually come over to the desktop as well.
Doesn't that get sticky in Florida heat?
Well, it's a premium surface. You can just lick it off.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of a premium surface, if you have an LG OLED TV, you do have a very premium surface. It's really nice. And if you may, think, I got a sound system, it'll work great for me, and I get it if you do have one of those. But if you didn't, and you were trying to think of an awesome way to give yourself a stand with built-in speakers, Canvas has a speaker system for you. This is a gigantic soundbar that's also the stand for your LG TV. Basically, it's it's a gigantic. You pick your color sound bar. I mean, you can go with a really nice green, or go for the salmon color. I mean, this and matches up so nicely. It makes a really nice, flat surface for your display there. So
I recommend everybody that is watching right now click on that link and take a look. I actually really like this. I like this idea.
It looks pretty neat.
All the pictures I saw were of it sitting like on the floor, which I don't particularly like. If there was a way to wall mount this, because like most people that already have an OLED TV, I guarantee it's wall mounted.
Probably.
And you're not going to take it off the wall mount and then find something that you can set this on. So if there's a way to wall mount it, then this is awesome.
Although my TV's up on the wall, but we have like a fake fireplace up underneath it. We could set it right there.
You could, but and some people will probably balk at the price of about $700 for this thing. But compared to the price of the TV,
but
it's not so bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're comfortable shelling out the money for the TV, you're probably not going to be too concerned, as long as it sounds good.
I mean, let's see, my speaker system, not the amp, right? I bought the amp more recent. It's a more recent amp, but the speaker system I bought maybe 13 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was $1,000 just for the speakers.
Right.
And so, so I don't think this is a bad price.
No, it's definitely not. If you don't already have a home theater system, mm-hmm. and you need someplace to something to hold your TV.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hopefully we can see this at CES.
Yeah. And I agree with you, Clyde. I mean, it looks nice, but all the pictures do show it, on the
Yeah,
floor,
Right.
right?
actually, when it's on the floor, it brings back memories of big screen TVs, rear
Yeah.
projection.
Yeah.
That's
The rear
what it
projection
looks like.
TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you missed those days where you had that gigantic rear projection TV and wish you could get back to that feeling, go ahead and then get yourself this stand for your LG TV and then put some really horrible film grain TV show on it to
Ooh.
make it look really bad.
Now,
Okay.
do they make it for all sizes of the
Okay,
television, or
so
or is it
here it
just
is. I
55?
found at the bottom. So number one, they're launching the crowdfunding campaign in October, so they haven't even started.
Uh,
Number two, the 55-inch model can be pre-ordered today for $9.99.
ooh.
The 65-inch model will run for $1,099, so it's $100 more
That's
$100
fine.
more.
for 10 inches. So that's what, $10 an inch. Uh,
Oh, you could say that's what she said, right?
yep. So I don't know, and I find it funny that it's marketed for LG OLED. Why?
I,
I
I,
don't
I'm
get that.
I'm going to guess that it's designed for how the LG lands with or without a base
Yeah.
on it. So this is them making a very niche product for
Well,
a
you'd
specific.
think that it would be the base and then use take advantage of the Visa mounts that every TV has
Mhm.
to support all of those TVs. I assume the OLED they're going after the OLED market, number one because it's
Premium.
it's premium. Number two because it's much lighter than other TVs
That's
on
true.
in the in that size range. So then they can guarantee that they're able to mount it without potentially having your TV fall over. Because
Yeah.
that if you're a company that makes a stand, the worst thing you could have is stands falling over, even if it wasn't your fault. It was the customer mounting something improperly or that wasn't supposed to be.
I mean, I guess you could always build like a shelf or something to put up underneath the television to hold this thing if you're going to wall mount your television. But that seems like a lot of
No, I
trouble.
mean, if you're gonna wall mount your television, then the stand is pointless. Then you would just get a sound bar.
Right.
This is so that so that you can have a sound bar and stand for the TV in one.
See, one of the things is we do like to put the televisions on the wall here, but at the same time, we also like to rearrange every once in a while. And if you put the television on the wall, that's where it is forever. This would make it so you could put it wherever you want.
Where it is until you decide to move it.
Yeah, it becomes a project at that point.
Yeah.
Talking about an hour of work.
All right.
Okay.
So guess what? There have been a lot of free TV channels that have been coming out for people to watch. I mean, ever since Pluto TV started this a long time ago, there are a lot of different services have come out offering a free way for you to watch a ton of television. Roku has had theirs, and they've just announced a bunch of new connections to there, including Fubo's Sports Network. That allows you to go ahead and get even more free TV that's ad supported and doesn't cost you a dime. Other channels they got today were things like ACC Digital Network, USA Today, Now This, which is a news channel, and Comedy Dynamics. And it seems like a ton of these things are constantly coming out. Why are we paying for TV? There's plenty of TV already on.
It's a good question.
Yeah. This is good. We talked a few weeks ago about Fubo's Sports Network. So it's good to see that that's one that's available. More free things on the Roku, the better.
But this is what I want to do. I wanted to take a week or a weekend or something and just go, I'm not going to use any paid services.
Mhm.
I'm going to use only entertain myself with the free stuff and see what's out there, and make decisions. Oh, this one's good, and I don't care about that one, kind of thing. Give a little bit of a idea of what that's like. That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to end with Zumo TV. It's another free service that came out. This one is it's actually
Zumo
been out
free?
for a while. It is free streaming service, absolutely. 160 live channels now available on your Android TV, which I believe is they've already been on other platforms as well. So this is more of the extremely, there's things like History Channel and there's Fox channels and NBC channels on this thing. It's a real streaming service and it's all ad supported. So it's you're not going to get your local channels and you're not going to get anything premium, but dang, guys.
I mean, you get like NBC News and Fox Sports and the History Channel. Yeah, and this particular story is for the Android TV though. It's been out for a while on I think it's on the Samsung TVs and it might be on PlayStation View already.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But yeah, more stuff for Android TV.
What's the fidelity on this? Am I missing that?
That's a good question. Let's go find out.
Probably, I'd say just basic.
Either 720
it'll
or
probably
20,
depend on the channel. So, because they're just providing you existing stuff. So,
but I mean, if they give you at least 720p, that wouldn't be too bad.
I don't think that'll be an issue. Because most of these channels, I'm gonna say, are streaming in like MSNBC and NBC News. I think they're streaming in 1080 at least.
Wabbit's asking if it is on Roku. It looks like it is not yet on Roku. So this is until now. It's only been on the various smart TVs. Oh, it looks like it is available for Roku.
Is it?
And but it also
it's Roku and Apple TV. It's on both of those.
And now it's going to be on your Android TVs
TV.
as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check this out. Looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this out too.
All right, and well, that is the stories of the week, guys.
Awesome. Hey, you know what else is awesome?
Fried chicken.
Oh, absolutely.
It's pretty awesome.
You know what else is awesome?
Not garlic fries, I would say.
That's actually
garlic fries
awesome
are definitely awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Anything is awesome with garlic. But no, I am talking about our patrons. The people the people that find value in the shenanigans we perform every week. We try to pull the wool over people's eyes and make them believe that we are anything more than a bunch of people just screaming into the internet. Screaming into the void.
Into the ether.
But that's why they're
VOD
awesome.
Squad screaming session.
But yeah, thank you guys. You are awesome.
Absolutely.
And if you are not a patron and you're catching this after the fact, you find some value, throw us a buck. Because I think that's the minimum that Patreon will allow. That's $1 per month.
That's nice.
You can do more, but
you can't do less.
You can't do less.
Sorry, they won't let you.
And as a reminder, we may not be a good investment, but we're better than a bad investment.
Exactly.
Well.
Patreon.com/the Squad.
Yes.
Got to get the plug-in.
Absolutely. And I'm going to scramble real quick because I completely forgot to do something.
Oh, no, you forgot to do something. Well, that's okay. That allows me to rant and rave for just a second.
Absolutely.
There's my son, we've been trying to get him to be more interested in watching movies because he's in kind of a, watches TV shows, kids shows. But we want him to kind of like, okay, let's get together and go to the movie. He came up to us this week and he said, "Hey, I got a movie want you to watch. It's from Nickelodeon." I said, "Oh yeah, what is it?" I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, okay, let's see what this is." And he says, "It's the Netflix movie Rocco's Modern Life," and I forget what it is. I want my hour back.
Was it not good?
Well, I never liked Rocco's Modern Life when I was, a teenager. It just wasn't my kind of thing, and it's ridiculous. And if you liked Rocco's Modern Life, you will love this show. If you've never seen Rocco's Modern Life and or didn't like it when it was there in the 90s, you won't like this show. It does have a couple of good laughs, and then there's several moments in it. So
the thing that I always that drew me into Rocco's Modern Life the first time was the fact that the theme song was by the B-52s.
Ah.
Mm.
I was like, I always thought that was interesting.
That's cool.
But we should, I think.
You want me to do mine?
I got this.
Okay.
I was just making sure that I had the right audio, because here we go.
Welcome to your Movie Draft Minute, presented by DiamondClub.tv for the week of August 19th, 2019. I'm your host, Big Voice Jay, brought to you by Fuzzy Logic. Careful, it tickles. Let's go to the scoreboard. Team Game Night's in last place with $211.8 million. Team Devon Squad's in fifth place with $506.1 million. Team Ever Drink is in fourth place with $775.7 million. Team Drunkards Gaming is in third place with $976.1 million. Team Retro Mysteries is in second place with $1,021.2 million. And in first place with $1,258.6 million, it's Team Movie Party. That's your Stream Team Movie Draft Minute. All totals of record as of August 21st, 2019.
Yeah.
It's official. The Lion King has run out of gas. You are in no worry or any way, shape of them even coming close to your number.
Oh no. But I am within spitting distance of 1.5.
Yes, you are, and you might hit that. There was a possibility that the Lion King could have kept on going and making giving them a good run for your money.
That's fine, but no matter what, nobody's going to catch me.
No,
and even if the Lion King continues to make money, it will have no impact on me hitting 1.5.
The Lion King, interestingly enough, is just this close to making $500 million today.
Oh, that's fine, but what I was saying is it's not taking any money away from it. I believe they're completely different markets.
Yeah, and you're at least going to make $100 million.
Yeah,
you're likely going to make $200 million.
You might make $3. I was gonna see it, but let's go see the Lion King.
Yeah, you're not going to get that. That's true. That's so true.
So, yeah.
So congratulations on absolutely rocking it. Looks like we are right now seeing what the lineup is going to look like. We're just now waiting for it to come in and through for 4 weeks until we're finally into what? October?
Well, and as they pointed out last week on one of the other shows, probably going to end up drafting the next season before the 4 weeks is up for it, because I've been saying since the very beginning, I don't understand why it's in the summer draft. It should have been the first movie of the winter draft.
Yeah, it's no reason for it.
You know what should have
what's the release date on that?
Next
September 6th. We still have a couple weeks.
And
it's borderline at best,
well,
right?
But that's opening, and then there's 4 weeks. So, yeah, that's why I was saying it's that should have been the first movie of the winter.
Yeah.
What the movie that should have been included? Dora and the City of Gold.
Hey, how is that one doing?
Oh,
did it come back?
Actually, you got to see what the numbers are. It is everybody's that I've talked to that has seen it has said it's awesome. Um, let's
Well,
see.
It didn't
Well,
do
Matt,
better the second weekend, but it is doing very well. It is now made, looks like $36 million.
Yeah, it's made 36. So it's doubled.
It's more than what we made with a couple of Arvisha movies, so it's fine.
But like I said, it would have been
Ugly Dolls.
it would have been a good summer pick. You know,
hey, at least we made it to $500 million.
I mean, the production budget was 49 million. I don't think they're going to have a problem making that back. I'm pretty sure by the end of its run, it's probably going to have about at least 50. So,
And probably a big international market too. They'll make their money because Dora is very international. Actually,
it is. It is.
It's. I heard that in America, Dora the Explorer teaches us Spanish. In everywhere else around the world, she teaches them English.
Cool. All I know
So
is
nice.
she taught me that I should love this movie.
Yep. Okay. This draft has been interesting. Nothing has gone like we planned it to. A lot of
It's
same
gone
movies.
exactly as I planned it to.
I know. You're fine. We not.
Yeah,
And-
Clyde, you were lucky enough to get the one movie.
Oh no, it wasn't just that movie.
Well, take away that one, and what's your total?
Well, it would have been replaced by a bunch of other movies. But
All right. Yeah. Let's quickly look at that math. Since he spent $53 game dollars on
so I spent
Avengers,
half my budget on
and he
that.
got $858
But-
million dollars.
And whoever was going to get that movie is going to win.
Not
right?
necessarily.
It would have been.
Although what did the second place team? I mean, they came pretty close, actually, right? I mean, they got over $1 billion.
Ritual Misery. If Ritual Misery, instead of spending money on A Dog's Journey and on Godzilla, that's about
I never would have bought either of
$35. They and maybe a little bit, but they would have had maybe Secret Life of Pets as well. Those three. So those three movies. Then they would have had. Yeah, they would have been about the numbers you're at now.
So
They would have laughed
here,
in Spider-Man.
from my logic, if I hadn't gotten Avengers Endgame, I probably would have gone all in for The Lion King. So that would have left me 300 less than
Right.
what I'm at now. So still right around $1 billion.
Well, that's assuming you would have got the Lion King.
Oh, like I said, I would have gone all in.
Yep.
And The Lion King was at 27, so I would have been holding all my money until it came up. That was on my list right below Endgame.
I have to say, I thought that we, I mean, honestly speaking, yeah, we definitely underperformed. I thought we would probably, to be honest, I mean, if I would have said we're probably going to hit about 750, maybe 800 is what I was thinking we would hit.
Yep.
Right. And even then, we would have. Would we finish any better than what we are right now? Even if
We would have.
number. But yeah,
We would have fighting with drug.
maybe one place higher, right? And the thing is, like, the things like the Endgame and Lion King, those way overperformed more than what I would have ever thought they would have done, right?
Well, if you look at the Lion King and how much money they spent on it, let me go find that.
I'm looking at it. So Lion King, they spent $23.
That's so little.
Well, it was also 27. It was what, the last second to
One of
last
the-
movie?
There were 30 movies in this.
Oh, were there
draft.
30? Okay, so it was all near the end.
Yeah.
Which is also why Captain Marvel went for 29, because it was 26 in the draft order. So I would have dropped all my money on either Captain Marvel or The Lion King. And still both of those were $400 to $500 million movies.
Right. And see, that's about what I thought Endgame would do. Is about like what?
Oh, no.
Captain Marvel.
I knew Endgame was going to be
Getting near $1 billion.
I didn't think it would do it. I think overperformed a little bit. I was expecting at least 700 million out of it because of
I,
the performance of the last movie,
Right.
and this was the final wrap up.
that's why I thought it would not do as well, right? Is because okay, it's just part B. I'll just wait on.
See, that's the thing is everybody that went and saw the first one, there's
Had
no
to
way
see
in
the
hell they're going to be like, I don't care.
Especially how they ended it. You had to go.
Yeah,
see the
you
second
had
one.
to.
You were depressed
You had to go see
for
it.
1 year.
But-
We were depressed for.
But here's what I'll say. These Marvel movies in the future, when they come out, assuming they're going to keep going with them,
Oh yeah.
will it sell as well with the Disney Plus service out there?
Good question. Don't know. We'll see. Kevin Feige is apparently a genius. We'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe so.
I'd say yes because I don't know what the Disney Plus service brings because
It's gonna bring all the back catalog to Marvel.
yeah, but if you're saying will they wait to see it on there instead of
Yes.
seeing it, well,
That's
they
exactly
already
what I'm
do that
saying.
on Netflix
Mhm.
because the minute they're out of the theater, they're released on this. They've been on Netflix,
Yep.
so it's the same thing.
Yeah, but
No
that's
difference.
but then it's all going to be aggregated on the
Well,
Disney
right
Plus
now
net.
they're all aggregated on Netflix. So, I mean, it's no difference. It's just moving them to a different platform.
I don't
Right.
think you can see Captain Marvel on Netflix.
Yeah.
The Captain Marvel was the last one or the
Was
first
the last
one?
one?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel's on Netflix.
Is it?
It was the last one before because it released so far, or it came out on disc so far before the Disney Plus thing. Because the stuff from Netflix is getting pulled next year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
They got the contract until
yeah,
next
so
year.
I mean, it's the same thing. So whatever effect Netflix had on people going to the movies, it's going to be the same thing. It's just in a different castle.
Yeah, maybe so.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll
I don't
see.
know. Yeah, maybe.
Well, should we get into the rest of the rants and the raves?
The rest of
My rave is that worked. For
Hey!
No, I'm just kidding.
Congratulations.
Jimmy, what you got?
All right, so I'm going to piggyback a little bit on what Matt talked about last week, talking about the Star Trek Discovery. I was coming along too, Sep. Was on the second season where
Did you
Matt's
discover
on the
you
first.
enjoyed Discovery?
Yes, I did, and I have to say, and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but there, if you were a fan of the original series of Star Trek, right? There's a character early on in the season, in the original series of Star Trek that they reference in Discovery, and they hold true to the way it was done originally in the original series. So if you're a fan like I am that goes all the way back to the original series, you'll really enjoy what they did with the character in the second season. That was also in the original season of Star Trek, right? It was just a really good job, and there was more than one character from the original season in this Star Trek Discovery. I don't know if you've gotten that far, Matt, to realize what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, I have not done any more of Star Trek this week.
And I don't even know if you were even familiar with the original series of Star Trek.
Oh, you mean the Cage before the first Jim Kirk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what
Captain
you're talking
Pike?
about.
Yeah.
Yep.
The fish guy?
Yeah,
He
the
was
fish
a
guy.
fish, right? That's why his name was Pike.
Totally. Pike, Captain Fish.
So
he was like the precursor to Admiral Akbar.
But
Don't say anything. It's a trap.
But how they did that, I think was just excellent. It was really good, and they kept it true to form. They answered a lot of questions that you had from that original series, right? And I mean, and when I'm talking about original series, I'm talking about going all the way back to the Star Trek pilot, right? So it was really good how they did that. Just kind of, and I can't wait. Hopefully they'll have another season of this, and I can't wait till that comes out.
Oh, they'll have another season
So-
of it. Absolutely.
That brings up two Star Trek related thoughts that I've had recently. Number
Okay.
one, I just had. Is Admiral Akbar is he a would I'm trying to think of the right word, homage to Captain Pike? Is that where George Lucas got the idea of making him a fish? Because George Lucas was influenced by Star Trek.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Of course.
I'm curious if that I know there's probably not an answer. Nobody's ever asked that before.
The answer is no.
Okay. The other thing, through the years, there's been many speculation and thoughts that because nobody knows exactly what happened to Tasha Yar after she went to the other timeline.
It's true.
I figured it out. Apparently, she ended up in New York as a lawyer because she's on the final season of Suits.
Which I'm watching that too, by the way.
She didn't go that far back
I'm
in
liking that.
time.
Well,
So,
maybe she went back in time again.
Maybe. Oh, maybe. That's
I mean,
possible.
because the Star Trek movie people ended up on Earth in the 80s.
It's true. They did.
She may have ended up in the same place because she's kind of old in 2019. So, yes.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's
Okay.
possible. I don't know.
My actual rant and rave kind of piggybacks on your thoughts about Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, yeah?
Because you know what else came out on Netflix from Nickelodeon?
I also know that Invader Zim came out.
And I watched it yesterday,
Oh, yeah?
and I loved every minute of it.
So, I never watched a lot of Invader Zim when I was a kid, but I watched enough to go, this is a pretty darn cool show.
So,
And
okay.
So,
Okay, I know nothing of this show. Explain to me what this is.
Invader Zim was a cartoon created by Jonan Vasquez. Jonan Vasquez he got notoriety from his comic book series, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is one of the few comic books that I ever read because I loved it. It was awesome. It was kind of his taste for sarcasm and satire, I think, is really good. He has a really cool art design, but he created a cartoon for Nickelodeon. It was about a super annoying, kind of incompetent alien that was sent by his leaders. They gave him a super important mission to go conquer Earth.
Yep.
Basically, they wanted to get rid of him. So they sent him off to a planet they didn't care about on a mission. So he's on Earth trying to take over. But it is very funny. And it is...
I was going to ask, is this a humorous cartoon or a serious cartoon?
Yes.
It is
Okay.
funny.
Very funny.
It only got one season, I think. Maybe
two, I think.
Oh, maybe two.
I think it was 2.
So it was also one of the very first 3D cartoons. Like they were
Animated 3D.
It was being made at the same time as Futurama, and it was super expensive. It's very funny. It has a lot of memes. It has a cult following. The Netflix special, I would say don't watch it if you're not familiar with the series. But if you are familiar with the series, why haven't you watched the Netflix?
You can watch both seasons on Hulu.
Basically picks up where they left off. And they do a whole thing in the beginning of, Zim's been gone for a really long time. Where is he? To cover up or to basically fill up that gap between the end of the series and now, and it was awesome.
Zim is interesting because Zim is a green alien with giant red beady eyes. So he makes himself look like a teenage boy by giving himself normal eyes, but otherwise he still looks very
he
weird.
puts hair on too.
Yeah, but
and
he also
actually in the special they address that and in a very good way.
And as you know, every single teenage boy looks really weird, so he blended right in. Mm-hmm. And the only person who would profess loudly that Zim was an alien, nobody believed. What was his name?
Dib.
Yeah, Dib.
And Dib's dad is a very famous scientist who also doesn't believe him. And to the chagrin of Dib. So it's a lot about, Zim's mission to take over, to conquer Earth, and then Dib trying to expose him as, the threat that he is. But then Dib's sister also knows, but she doesn't care because she realizes that Zim is completely incompetent. And it's like, he is not a threat. Although that also plays in the special. So,
okay.
I mean, if you're familiar with the series, you don't have to have seen everything, but if you're familiar, you can watch it. I think you'll enjoy it. Mm-hmm. If you haven't watched it, watch a couple episodes of the first series or first season, and then decide.
Then you're good.
It's fun. It's funny. I love Zim.
Very cool.
I was so excited when I
Did you say the original series there is on Hulu?
I believe so.
I think so.
Okay.
Because it's a Cartoon Network show. Or no, sorry, it's a Nickelodeon show.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it was Nickelodeon. So, I don't know.
That's all right. I got one last little thing. I took my old NVIDIA Shield and moved it in.
You had a Shield.
That's right. I have a Shield, and I moved it into. I plugged in the the Mi Box into my big TV downstairs, and I saw it had a way of streaming from my Steam library. Well, I should try that. And it's like, this device isn't really been tested. It may not work so well. I was like, I got the Shield. That should work.
Yeah.
Grab that, plugged it in. Yep, it streams just fine from that. And also, I never did ever play with the GeForce Now stuff, and there's a ton of free games on there I've never played before. So I've been playing a lot of streaming games from GeForce Now recently, and it's been, when I have the chance, it's not bad. I've finally been able to play the new version of Lara Croft. Just to start, I've just barely started that, and that is such a quick time game, but it's pretty cool, I gotta say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, guys?
Not for me.
Let everybody go. Well, thank you for hanging out, and thank you guys for joining us. As always, we appreciate those of you that come here to watch us live, but we also appreciate those of you that are watching after the fact. But as a reminder, we do this live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, on Twitch. Come join us, because those of you that are here live right now, stick around for the post show. Head on over to tbs.showbot.tv to vote on some titles. And I almost forgot. Movie party last week with Sky Ilabar was
how did that go?
Awesome. Dude, that dude is the best. And I am so excited to see what happens next. He says he's coming back next month, so we'll see.
Okay.
And apparently I'm traveling to Omaha next month. Because they're doing a Greasy Strangler event in Omaha, and I realized, wait, that's only 6 hours away. So go see and meet Sky in person.
Cool.
We'll see. But
that'd be very cool.
Yep. All right, thanks everybody. Stick around for the post show, and then I'll talk about that Movie Pass thing.
Okay. Oh, what? You've snuck it in at the end? Oh my goodness gracious! Bye, everybody.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.